Hello and welcome to this episode of the Virtuous Woman Show. My name is Sheila Juma and we're so happy to be hosting you this wonderful Sunday evening. Have you had a great week? I hope you really have. If you are watching us for the first time, this is the Virtuous Woman Show. We aim to empower and inspire women across Africa, across Kenya. And so karibu sana, sit back, relax, enjoy. It's going to be an interesting show. Today, we have a guest on set. Her name is Janet, and we are going to be talking about from a girl to a lady. So what makes up a lady? Is it age? We're going to learn. I'm eager to learn as well. So sit back, relax, don't change the channel. It's going to be a very interesting show. Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
That's your camera. You can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, good evening, viewers. My name is Janet Mukigi. I am born again. I love Jesus. I was born in Kapsabet, raised in Nakuru. I do business.
Okay.
And also I do gospel ministry.
Singing or preaching? Singing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yes.
All right. So tell us a little bit about your girlhood, your upbringing. What was that like?
Yes. From childhood?
Yes.
Wow.
Were you raised in a Christian home?
Yes. My mom is strictly Christian, born again.
Good.
Yeah. So that helped me a lot in growing up. Discipline-wise, you don't go just go anywhere without saying where you're going. You have to borrow for permission.
Yeah.
You don't mingle with just anyone, any child, because you might end up being getting morals that are not biblical, right? So my mother has shaped my destiny and my character. Yeah, because she's also my mentor, and she has really played. My parents, both my dad and my mom, they have played a very important role in my childhood and my adulthood.
Yeah.
Yep.
When you were growing up, were you a girly girl? Were you a tomboy?
Let me say I have a sibling, my brother. So I spent more time with my brother. I'm an introvert, so I'm an indoor girl.
Okay.
I would say, like, I would do the things that he used to do. The kind of responsibilities, we shared responsibilities.
Yeah.
So I would say there is a balance between girly and boy kidogo.
Yeah.
Yeah. In terms of responsibility, but dressing up, ladyish.
Ladyish.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yes.
All right. So today we're talking about from a girl to a lady. Could you describe for us a pivotal moment, a significant moment where you felt I'm no longer a girl?
Yes.
I feel like I'm a lady now.
Yes.
Yeah.
That started at the age of 25.
25?
Yes.
That's older than I expected.
Yeah, at 25, that's when I started now setting goals.
Okay.
And now I felt I'm more mature and I can take up for myself. I can stand for myself.
Yeah.
Emotionally. Yes. Spiritually, I can stand for me. So that's why now my life diverted and changed. The things that I used to do, being taken advantage of, now that stopped. So now I could decide on what to do, what not to do, because now I feel mature.
Is there something that triggered that, or it was just one day you woke up and you decided to
It was
change?
gradual. It was gradual, but specifically at that point of age, because I remember that is when I was working in a company, and I felt there was too much pressure. You know, when the transition is happening, there is too much emotion involved and emotional imbalance. So, you know, I quit my job because I felt I was under pressure, unnecessary pressure. So after quitting, now I withdrew my savings and I spent all of it for a couple of months and I fell into depression. Yeah, so I went back home again. Then I healed, I found a new job. Now I started, the urge to settle down came in, like to get married.
Yeah.
I started feeling like now I should change the kind of friends that I have.
Yeah.
And I felt now I needed mentorship to the journey that I wanted to take at that particular moment. Yes.
Wow, amazing. So it was a gradual process.
It was a gradual process, yes.
What do you think is a distinction between girlhood behavior and lady behavior? Yeah.
You know, girls, they don't have so much to do. They don't have so many goals. They don't care so much about their looks. They don't really care about their image. That is not really necessary to them. But when you become a lady, now the way you talk, even etiquette, you mind your etiquette, you mind the way you dress, because now society is expecting so much from you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, one of the things that for me, I feel like I can pinpoint something that felt like, hey, you have changed. I think I'm more of a lady now.
Yeah.
It's a bit funny.
Yeah.
But the fact that I started feeling uncomfortable going to weddings in jeans.
Yeah. Dressing.
Dressing.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I remember being as a girl, like, I used to be harusi tu navaa tu jeans naenda. Yeah. And then at some point I just started feeling, I can't. That's when I was like, oh, by the way, something is happening.
Yes.
So dressing.
Dressing
Is there a mentality that girls have that ladies should not be having?
Yes. Like, we don't party every day. You don't party every day when you're a lady now. You have to be very specific with what you want in life. Number two, you don't overspend now.
Yeah.
Because now you have plans. You know one day you'll have kids. So you start saving for your future. Yeah. Unless there is a distraction, unless you're not financially okay, you need to plan and don't think like a girl anymore. You know, a girl can depend on their parents.
Yeah.
I remember when I was 25 now, I was asking for money from my parents, but now they could ask me. Yes, they'll give me money, but why are you not having a job?
Money.
Yes, they care, but they expect you to be responsible now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. When did you get married?
I got married at the age of 28.
Yes. Okay, so 3 years after now you transitioned.
Yeah, and it was very intentional since the age of 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did you meet him?
He was my friend then. In where I was working, he used to come where I was working. I attend a service to him, and he was a photographer.
Okay.
And I love photography. So I love photographs. So that's when we knew each other. We could go for hikes. He's outgoing. So can you go for hikes? Yeah. So that he became friends. We could join. He introduced me to chamas. So I knew he's a good guy. So later on, he went to work outside the country. Then he called me. That was 2016. He called me back, and he told me he wanted to settle, and I was ready to settle now. So the courtship started. We courted for 2 years. Then I got married.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yes.
Do you think the marriage or getting married solidified something in you? Did you even notice a difference between 25 and 28 when you got married?
Yes.
What was that like?
Right now, you're not alone. You're planning things. You're not planning alone. At 25, you're planning alone. But at the end, now you're married, you're planning with your husband. Your goals now have changed.
To align.
You have to align.
Yeah.
And when the babies come now, it's even different because you have to involve them in your plans. Yes, that's the solid change that happened. Yes.
How many do you have, if you have any?
I have two girls, 2 daughters.
You're a mama girl.
Yes.
All right. So earlier you mentioned that your mom is your mentor.
Yes.
What's the importance of mentorship in this journey?
You know, these mentors, they bring out the best in you. They help you learn from your mistake and their mistake. So you number 3, they make you identify. They create self-awareness. They help you create self-awareness, and they guide you. They guide you in the path that you want to take. They tell you, don't do this, follow this path. Yeah, and it works.
Yeah.
Because they have a better experience than you.
They can
are
see
much
further.
ahead of you. Yes.
What are some of the lessons you learned in when you were being mentored that helped you in your transition?
I realized you cannot do it alone.
Yeah.
You cannot set goals alone. You need help. emotionally and psychologically and spiritually. Yes. So those are the things that I learned that I will not, having mentors, you can't make serious mistakes than when you don't have mentorship.
So mentorship really helped you avoid some people.
Yes.
Okay. Does school have any role in your transition or gaining more knowledge or bettering yourself mentally?
School helps because there are some things you cannot share with your parents, but you can open up to your teacher and to your peer-to-peer talk. So you get counseling from school. They bring counselors. So there are some topics you cannot share with your mentors or your parents, but you can share at school. They really help.
Now let's talk about age, because yours happened at 25. Is it possible for a girl to transition earlier?
Yes, possible. Depends on.
And what does it depend on?
Depends on the foundation, level of IQ, maybe I say.
Okay. And also experience and responsibility. I feel like there are some, especially firstborn lady, firstborn girl, they mature quite fast because they have some sort of responsibility for the other children, for the home. So unapata most of them wanna transition at an earlier age than the rest. Are you a firstborn in your family?
I'm the second and last born.
How many are you?
We are 2.
Oh.
Yeah, my brother is the first.
Oh, yes, you mentioned that. All right, amazing. Please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this short break with this amazing conversation. She's a virtuous woman. She's a virtuous woman. Thank you so much for staying tuned and for not going anywhere. You are watching the Virtuous Woman Show. Today we are talking about from a girl to a lady. So if you're just tuning in, we have on set with us Janet. She has told us that she is a wife, a mother, and she transitioned, or she felt that change from a girl to a lady at the age of 25. So if you're just tuning in, karibu sana. Thank you for joining in the conversation. So Janet, we want to pick up from the point of what are the challenges that probably someone can face when they're going through that transition.
Anxiety.
Okay.
You lose yourself at some point.
Okay.
And you lose relationships sometimes. Depression. Like I've just mentioned, that is what I went through. That is what you feel when you feel in this transition.
Is it the anxiety part?
Yes.
Is it because you kind of lose what you have been used to? And also, is it that this transition, does it come automatically or it's something that you decide?
No, it comes subconsciously.
Okay.
Because now you don't know what your future holds. You don't know the career. Maybe you're planning to change your career. You don't know if you're doing the right thing. You're not sure if you're following the right path. You're just not sure. That's where the anxiety
comes from. Okay. You've mentioned about relationships, losing relationships. What kind of people should you surround yourself with so that your transition can be smooth? And also, just as a lady, what kind of people should you hang around?
Hang around people who have positive mindsets, those who wish well for you. People who have more experience than you in career-wise, ministry-wise, and emotional. Those people who have gone through much, those who have gone ahead of you. Those are the good friends who can advise you positively, who cannot judge you because of the dimensions that you are going to take. So you need just good vibration.
I can imagine that, when you transition, even the kind of conversations you're interested in with your friends, those they change. Because you'll find that maybe girls like to gossip a lot. They just want to talk about fashion. But now you get into a place where you're like, no, I want to talk about Investments. I want to talk about things that will better my life. So
Yes.
probably those are the people you should surround yourself
Yes, those
with.
are the people you surround yourself with. People who will advise you. You can join a particular circle and save for your future. You can join someone, if you're taking a path in ministry, get someone who is
In the ministry.
Yeah, in the ministry, like a pastor who mentor you into ministry. If you're in school, you want to become a lawyer, you find someone who is a lawyer. You cannot have a teacher friend and advise you about
Law.
No. So choose the right mentors.
Yeah, it's true that, you know, if there are, I've heard someone say this, if there are 6 people around you who are stupid, you've not counted well. You're the seventh.
Yes.
Yeah, and so if there are 7 smart people around you, you're the other smart person.
Exactly.
So that's true.
Yes.
Amazing. Now, earlier you talked about it's possible to lose your identity during the transition. How do you then solidify your identity now that you've become a lady? How do you find yourself again? How do you find your bearing?
Now you see, now after I lost my job, I went back home. So my parents took care of me.
Yeah.
You need people who will take care of you. You need people who will take care of you emotionally. Who will remind you of who you are, who will see the best in you. So it's all about the vibe, the people you surround with. That is what solidifies you
Your
as a
identity.
lady. Yeah, your identity. Yes.
All right.
And also believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Believe in yourself. Believe in your dreams. Yes.
Amazing. Do you also become more self-aware?
Yes, you become more self-aware. Now, as we talked about, now you mind so much about what you eat, your looks, and your company, the company that you keep. That is self-awareness.
Yeah.
Right.
Is there any way that the transition affects you, not just physically, but also spiritually?
Yes. Spiritually.
Talk to us about that.
Yeah. When you don't, I believe in God. If you don't, God is the author of your life. You say in Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11 says, I knew you before you were formed, and I have good plans for you. So you have to involve God in your life, in your destiny. When you don't have Christ in you, you lose focus.
Yeah.
You don't know if you might study marketing, and maybe that is not. But that is not your career, that is not your destiny.
Yeah.
But when you have the Holy Spirit, the Holy Spirit will guide you to do what God ordained you to do. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Do you think when you transitioned, you got better at prayer or at Bible study?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I got better. I read the Bible more. I could watch more of the spiritual sermons. I became more spiritual now than before.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Now, as a woman, you are married, you have children. So how do you balance, of course, your job, your music ministry, how do you balance between and juggle between all these things together, making sure that every area is covered? Because some people, I feel like, fall under pressure. And I think even one of the things that distinguishes between girls and ladies is the ability to multitask and handle your responsibilities well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, very interesting. You have to create time for everything. You know, everything counts. Everything is important. Your career matters, your marriage matters, your children matters. So you have to find time for your children, you have to find time for your husband, and you have time for you to do music and your career and ministry. You cannot, charity begins at home. You cannot leave your husband and your children and still go for work and or do ministry without taking care of your family. Take your family first, then do what follows next is your career and your ministry. Yes.
So making sure your family is well taken care of. Yeah. And how do you handle? Okay, you're a girl mom.
Yes.
You have 2 daughters.
Yes.
All right. So as they grow up, how do you plan on handling their maturity or their adolescent years?
Yes. I would love them to be I would love to be more close to them. I would love them to open up to me more than anyone else. That is my wish. Again, I have a manual which is my Bible. If they ask me a question, let's see, I will tell them, let's see what the Bible says about it.
Wow,
we do a research together and we find a solution. Yeah.
You know, so many girls probably don't know how to open up to their parents because I don't know, maybe shame or kuogopa too. So how do you plan on striking a balance where you're a parent, yes, but you're also a friend?
Yes, now you see, my mom was very strict, so I was afraid to open up to her. I would love to have that strictness and also to try to show them that you are my friend and you're my daughter. Yes, she's still my friend. But there are some things, very deep things that I could not talk to her because I would fear to be punished. Yes. But I think I've learned better. I know better. I can be able to balance the two because now I'm getting counseling from my mentors. This is what you do from even in marriage, you need to find mentors who will help you to handle your marriage and your children. So this is what you do, give them, provide for your children, and then give them what they need as long as it's not harmful. Yes.
Amazing. I really hope for the very best for you. And when you get, how old are they?
Well, the firstborn is 4 years.
Okay, when they get to those ages where, you know, that they will open up to you. Amen. What do you think is the role of society in a lady or a girl's life?
The role of society. They should create awareness. They should, society should watch out to this girl child. The girl child is more vulnerable than the boy child. So they should keep these girls busy. They should, there are these like skills. The society should offer skills for a girl and ladies so that they can build their future better than. I believe in skills and in mentorship. Yes, that's how society can help these young girls and ladies. Yes. Skills and mentorship.
All right. There's this thing that kitambo, or I don't know if it's still the case today, that mtoto ni wa kila mtu.
True.
So I've had stories, I've not seen it firsthand, but I've had stories of a child is found misbehaving somewhere. Anybody that finds them, you know, just discipline them. Are you for that kind of?
The times have changed, not like kitambo. Kitambo, we used to be beaten even by neighbors, but now things have changed. Talk to that child. It doesn't mean that you punish them, but talk to them. I don't like the way you're dressing. Will you change your dressing? So that kind of a thing. I don't like the way you're talking. You don't talk back to older people than you. Respect older people and carry yourself like a lady. That is what society should give to any girl who is trying to become a lady.
You've talked about goals a lot. What's the importance of goal setting, even as a girl?
You don't lose focus. You stay focused. That's why you need to set goals. You stay focused and you work on what you've set for. That's why that is the importance of setting these goals.
So that you have a target. You're aiming at.
Exactly.
Amazing. So it's not just that you also one goal, because once you hit it, you need to keep moving. You need to keep moving. Okay, great. So before we ask you to give your parting shot, you said you're a musician as well. Tell us about your music ministry.
Oh, let me say, it is interesting. I love singing so much. And so far I've been able to record 2 videos.
Okay.
I'm still working on the others. And I'm looking forward to bring songs that will bring deliverance and healing. Yes. That is my call.
Where can we find you on YouTube? What's the name?
My name on YouTube is Janet M.
Janet M.
Yes, I also write songs. If you know how to sing and you don't know how to write a song, I can write for you.
Okay.
Yes.
Amazing. And I'm after Janet M.
Yes.
I'm sure her songs will be a blessing to you. All right, give us your parting shot. What would you say to a girl who is currently undergoing that transition?
Yes. Okay, it is all about know who you are, be confident in yourself, know what you want, seek advice. yeah, emotionally and spiritually, especially the spiritual part of it.
Yeah.
The spiritual life is more what? More real than the physical. So you need spiritual guidance and also emotional and financial.
Yeah.
Though every angle of your life, that is when you need serious and strong people around you.
Yeah. Amazing. Thank you so much, Janet.
Thank you.
So seek guidance. Mentorship is very important. Setting goals is very important. I'm sure you've learned a thing or two. Thank you so much for coming and for sharing your wisdom with us. We hope that you will blossom even more, even as you raise your children, and we wish you the very best.
Amen.
Thank you so much for tuning in. This has been the Virtuous Woman Show. I'll see you same time, same place next week. Have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.
Woman, a virtuous woman.